All right, guys. Doesn't seem fair. This always happens to Wednesday class and not Thursday. Anyways, we are doing the dialogue, page 226. We're talking about neighbors. Quick cultural note in order to understand this and just things in France. The first story starts here. The ground floor is separate and it's called rez-de-chaussée. In cities, it's usually just stores or some other type of business. Then it starts with 1, 2, 3, and so forth. So we start with ground floor, rez-de-chaussée, and then the first story, and then the second, and so forth. Okay? No, not a basement, just literally the ground floor. That's the ground floor, and then 1, and so forth. So follow along the dialogue with me. Monsieur Laroche habite au 6e étage avec sa femme. Ils sont musiciens. Lui, il joue du piano, et elle chante. Oh là là, quelle musique! Mademoiselle Joivet habite au 6e étage avec son oncle et sa tante. Paul, mon meilleur ami, habite au 4e étage avec sa sœur et ses parents. Mademoiselle Ménard habite au 3e étage avec son chien Pomme, des 2 chats Fritz et Arthur, son perroquet Coco et son canari Frou-Frou. Je pense que c'est une personne très intéressante, mais mon père pense qu'elle est un peu bizarre. Monsieur et Madame Boutin habitent au 2e étage avec leur fils et leurs 2 filles. Et qui habite au 1er étage? C'est un garçon super intelligent, super cool et très sympathique. Et ce garçon, c'est moi. All right, let's do the compréhension together. Numéro 1, answer in the chat when you're ready. Où habite Frédéric Maillet? Où habite Frédéric Maillet? Où habite Frédéric Maillet? Yes, like which city? Where are we starting out? Très bien. Where does he live? And the answer is Paris. Très bien. Numéro 2. Combien, or how many, d'étages a son immeuble? Combien d'étages a son immeuble? Combien d'étages? Good. How many stories are in this building? And the answer is there are 6. Très bien. Numéro 3. Qui habite à chaque étage? Don't answer that one. How about qui habite au 3e étage? Qui habite au 3e étage? I am creating my own question for number 3. Qui habite au 3e étage? Very good. Mademoiselle Ménard et ses animaux and her animals habitent au 3e étage. Excuse me, numéro 4. Quelle est la profession de Delacroche? Quelle est la profession de Lacroche? Quelle est la profession de Lacroche? Very good. What is the profession of the Lacroches? And the answer is musiciens, musicians. Très bien. Numéro 5. Selon toi, in your opinion, selon toi, est-ce que Mademoiselle Ménard est une personne bizarre ou intéressante? Selon toi, est-ce que Mademoiselle Ménard est une personne bizarre ou intéressante? In your opinion, is Mademoiselle Ménard bizarre or interesting? because of how many animals she has. And this is an opinion one. Do you think she's interesting or bizarre? Très bien. Good. As the year continues, I encourage you when we do the dialogue, whether I'm saying it or you guys are saying it, that you try to listen without following along if possible, as much as possible. Because honestly, that's what we want you to get towards, is being able to hear French and respond without maybe having written down, because when you're in France, you'll be speaking to French people, not the textbook. All right, let's do some vocabulary. Vocabulaire, la famille, les grands-parents, le grand-père, la grand-mère, les parents, le père, la mère, l'oncle, la tante, les enfants, un ou une enfant, le frère, la sœur, le fils, la fille, le cousin, la cousine. Any questions about those? Yes, you guys answered that question. L apostrophe for oncle because it begins with a vowel. There's not much to say about this. We kind of learned it a little bit earlier in the year. If there are no questions, I will move on. Tell me about your family. What do you have? You should have permissions. I will say that, and you know what? If you don't want to talk about your actual family, you can just pick like a TV family or book family or just a pretend family. You don't have to answer about your actual family if you don't want to. I would say j'ai deux sœurs et un frère, because I have two sisters and a brother. Oops, un frère, singular. Oops, someone accidentally wrote douze. I have 12. Maybe you meant two, deux. Deux sœurs et un frère. Le frère et un mère et un père. Well, okay, so right now you're saying the brother and a mom and a dad. So you probably would make more sense to say a brother. J'ai deux sœurs, two sisters et un frère. Oh, same as me. J'ai cinq sœurs, trois frères et un mère et un père and a father. Nice. That seems like a nice, fun, big family. J'ai quatre frères. J'ai une grande famille, quatre sœurs et un frère et ma mère et mon père et ma mère. Mon, because he's a boy. J'ai trois sœurs et cinq frères. Wow, that's a big family. J'ai une mère et un père. J'ai quatre frères et, and then there's no number for sisters. In law, you would say, like if you're saying like a sister-in-law, it would be belle-sœur. Like beautiful sister. But that's how you say in-law. J'ai un frère. J'ai trois sœurs et deux frères. So these are not spelled correctly. You're missing the R here, and then deux, and then you need an S on frère. Et ta mère et ta père. Très bien. J'ai un frère. J'ai un beau-frère. I have a brother-in-law. Oh, cool. Je suis une tante. Stepsister is... Oh dear, what is stepsister? You want to get good on her. Oh, why am I forgetting this? Okay, now I have to look it up. That's like such an easy one. Okay, I'm gonna hate myself when I look it up. Stepsister. Belle-sœur? Well, then what's sister-in-law? Am I like not a good French teacher right now? No, it's the same thing. Oh, that's why. Okay, that's why. That's why my brain couldn't remember. It's the same thing. You say belle-sœur for step and for in-law. Yeah, they're both the same. You say the same thing. You say belle-sœur for sister-in-law and for stepsister. That's why my brain, I was like, I know what this is. Why is it not coming back to me? All right. Un mère et un père et moi. Okay, we need to start moving on. Deux frères, un mère, un père. J'ai quatre sœurs et deux frères. J'ai cinq sœurs et deux frères. J'ai deux frères et deux sœurs. Et un chien. Très bien, tout le monde. All right. Cool, dudes. Looking good. It's fun. A lot of you come from big families. That's really cool. And then the few single only child. Way to go, you guys. All right. Let's talk some grammar. Possession, possession. Who can tell me the two ways we express possession in English? Oh, I guess my question was not very clear. We can either say, sorry, my question was too vague. Yes, so we say something belongs to another something with either option 1, we do apostrophe S, and option 2 is we say something of someone. Right? It's kind of awkward. We don't always do that. We do apostrophe S probably more often. But those are the two ways we express possession in English, right? It's the teacher's book or the book of the teacher. Does that help? Yeah. Okay, so in French, there's no apostrophe S version. There is only the of version, the book of the teacher. That's the only way you can express possession in French. Possession is when a noun belongs to or is connected with a person. So the formula we have here in our handy little box is le, la, or les, the possession, de, and then the possessor. This looks really complicated. Just remember what we just said here. In French, there's no apostrophe S version, where there's just the of, the book of the teacher. The thing of the thing, exactly. So let's look at some examples. Say it's la moto de Frédéric. The Frederick's motorcycle. The motorcycle of Frederick. The friend of Daniel. The cat of the neighbor. The bedroom of the children. The room of the house. The book of the hotel. The house of Emily. Okay, now it gets a little tricky here because this is easy. This formula is easy when we have just a person's name. But let's say we don't have a person's name. Let's say we have the neighbor. I can spell neighbor. Then we have the de next to the definite article. So we end up having to do du voisin, or des enfants, or de la maison, or de l'hôtel. Does that make sense? So we normally just do the something of and then the person, their name. But if it's the something of the someone, then we have to make sure we use the proper form of du, de, de la, de le. And then, of course, if the name begins with a vowel, then you do D apostrophe. Any questions on that? There's a lot of words on this slide, but I don't think it's too dense of a thing. Let's do an exercise. Elaine, numéro 1. Sarah, numéro 2. Isabelle, numéro 3. Erin, numéro 4. Vary, numéro 5. I want you to simply say it's the something of the someone. C'est le stylo du père. C'est le lit, so forth. Here are permissions. You may begin whenever you're ready. Cold tea. All right. It's the thing of something of someone. C'est le stylo Good. Du père. Très bien. C'est le lit de la femme. C'est le chat de Jean-Pierre. Parfait. C'est le chat d'Eloise. Okay, you got the tricky one. So Eloise begins with a vowel. So what do we do? It would be de Eloise, but because her name begins with a vowel. C'est le dîner des grands-parents. Parfait. You guys did that really quickly and really well. Très, très bien. Good. So it seems like it's sinking in a bit better. Très bien. I wish I had more exercises now, just because you guys did that really quickly. So this would be D apostrophe. Yes? DeLuise. All right. Let's move on. Okay, so this exercise, we're on page 228. You're basically looking at what each person is going in with, the objects that they're going in with. They each have two, I think. So he has, tennis racket, and he has an MP3 player. She has a scooter and a guitar. He has CDs and a boombox. She has a camera and a bicycle. And then they go through the and then they come out with different things. So I would say you can go ahead whenever you're ready. The change-o-matic. There we go, Hannah. I would say Mark has the guitar of Alice and the boombox of Eric. Alice has the whatever. You can pick however, do as many as we have time for. He has the object that was someone else's object. So how about I say Eric? Eric he has le racket de Marc et l'appareil photo de Laure. Okay. Marc a le guitare d'Alice. Very good doing the A apostrophe. I mean the D apostrophe before the A. Et le radio d'Eric. Oh yeah, radio, boombox, whatever. Alice a le MP3 de Marc. Eric a racket de Marc. Okay. So in this case, this is a different. This is not a. I didn't mean to laugh. I was laughing because that was smart of you, but it was that I like how you were thinking. It just wasn't quite correct. So we do it. Remember, it has to be a plus the a with the accent on it. That means it's a preposition plus the le that becomes o. In this case, we're using the verb. That becomes o. In this case, we're using the verb a, which is the conjugation of avoir, le, and that can stay the same because they're two totally different things. Does that make sense? All right. Alice a la MP3 de Laure. Marc a la raquette d'Alice. I think it's le MP3. alors, à le scooter. Leur looks like she has the CDs in the motorcycle. À le vélo de l'or. Alice à la vélo de l'or. Eric à la raquette de Marc. Laure à le scooter d'Alice. Okay, good. Good. Looks like you got the idea. So that's how we express possession. We say the something of the someone. Any questions on that? The something of the someone. Cool. Let's move on. There's a video of it on YouTube. Possessive adjectives is almost confusing because they're more like pronouns, but they are technically acting like adjectives. But think of them as pronouns. All right, so in the possessive words we use are my, in English, your, his, hers, our, your, their. In French, each of these have three options. My, in French, could either be mon, ma, or mes. Your, in French, could be ton, ta, or te. His, hers can either be son, sa, se. Our is either notre, nos. Your, it's either votre, vos. Their is leur, leur. Now, the question is, well, how do I know, if I want to say my brother, how do I know whether I use mon, ma, or mes? And the answer is, look at the thing that you're owning. Is it, or belonging to? Is that thing masculine? Is it feminine? Or is it plural? So if I want to say my brother, I would say mon frère because he's masculine and singular. If I want to say my sister, I would say ma sœur because she's feminine and singular. If I want to say my parents, doesn't matter what gender they are, whatever it is, I would say mes parents because there's more than one of them. So the little trick here, actually I'm getting ahead of myself, I won't say that. Okay, so for if I want to say your uncle, he's masculine and singular, so I'd say ton oncle. If I want to say your aunt, it'd be ta tante. Your cousins, tes cousins, because there's more than one of them, they're plural. If I'm talking about his or her father, I would say son père. His or her mother, I'd say sa mère. His or her grandparents would be ses grands-parents, and so forth. Okay? That's pretty easy. Now the thing is, that's something different, Morgan. That's something different. I'll answer that. I don't want to answer it right now because I don't want to be confusing, but that's actually something totally different. This is my pen, your cup, his book. That was something else. That was like me, you, them. That's something different. Okay. Yes, exactly. Okay, so now the key thing here, which is kind of hard for English speakers, is I'm about to answer your question, Hannah. All right. It depends on the gender and number of the possession, not the possessor. No, you don't have to be sorry. You're on the right track with me. So it doesn't matter if Frederick or Sophie owns a bicycle. He's a boy, she's a girl. It would still be son vélo, because vélo is masculine. It doesn't matter if the boy or the girl owns a radio. It would still be sa radio, because radio is feminine. It doesn't matter if he's a boy and she's a girl, but in the books, we would say ses livres. So I could say mon père, I'm a girl, and I'd say my dad would be mon père, and ma mère, my mom, would be ma mère. And then let's see, who's a boy in here? We have a lot of girls. Where are my boys? Steven. You would still say mon père and ma mère. Doesn't matter what gender we are. What matters is the gender of the thing. Does that make sense? So that's kind of like a weird thing that's not quite I don't know. It's not quite for some reason it's harder for English minds to think of that. Well, it doesn't matter, Hannah, whether parents is masculine or feminine. What matters is that it's plural. It's either masculine, feminine, masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine or feminine plural. Like, does that help if I put this? Plural, mass, or feminine. Doesn't matter. Either one, it would be may. Te, say, no. Okay, let's do an exercise. Oh, we're almost out of time. Okay, I'll do this exercise for you guys. We're on page 231. Can't remember the directions off the top of my head, so we'll have to look them up. Mark never knows where his things are, but Helen does play both roles. Où est mon vélo? Ton vélo est dans... Okay, so I would say où est mes CD? And then she would say tes CD sont ici. Où est ma raquette? Ta raquette est là-bas. Où est ma montre? Ta montre est sur toi. That's a funny one. Où est mes livres? Tes livres est dans le sac. Okay, we need to move on so I can talk about the test. Okay, if you have any more questions on this, we can answer them via email or you can watch the video. But if I want to put an adjective with it, would have to pick either masculine and so which one it be because the group of... Oh, okay. Hannah, you're getting a few weeks ahead when we're talking about adjectives, but to answer your question, it would be, if you want to add another adjective, it would have to match in gender and number. So your adjective, because parents are one boy and one girl, your adjective would be in the masculine plural form. Because remember, if it's a mixed group, then it automatically goes to masculine. Okay. Okay. And then this tiny lesson, basically, ordinal numbers. We don't really use that word in English, but it's a rank number. You know, in English we say first, second, third, and they're kind of like weird and different every time. In French, it's easy. You just do the number and then em, and that becomes sixième, dixième, centième, vingtième, 21e, and so forth. Okay, let's talk about the test really quick. So your written test will be for Unit 5. I will post it next week, Friday, February 10th. So this week we did lesson 14. Yes? Yes. 14? Let's see. No, we did lesson 16. Wow, okay. This week we did lesson 16. Next week we'll do lesson 17, and then I'll post the test that Friday. I will post the answers the next Friday, February 17th. All of this will be in the discussion in Blackboard, and you guys can take the test on your own. Okay? No, it's not timed. I'm not grading it. I'm just simply posting the questions, and then you take it, and then next week I'll post the answers and you can grade it. So, no, there's no limit. Like, it'll be up there all for the rest of time, and then I'll post the answers, and that will be up there for the rest of time. Yes. Well, I mean, it's up to you and your parents to work on the grading nowadays. So, all right, and then homework is, oops, not the family tree. That's not supposed to be there. We already did that. Yeah. Well, thank you for sticking with me despite some tech difficulties. I think glad this week was better than last week, and hopefully we'll just keep getting better. Have a great week, and email me if you have any questions. Au revoir.